Day 189 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, welcome back to another day, another LeetCode problem. We're still going strong. This time we're at day 189, y'all. I hope y'all have been keeping up with the channel and staying disciplined because that's half of the battle. That's half of what this channel is all about, is to encourage each other to stay disciplined and stay consistent and to push through when you're feeling signs of burnout, y'all. We have to keep going. This is not a short journey. This is a long journey, and every 10,000-mile journey starts with the first step, y'all. So we took our first step 189 days ago, y'all. If you haven't started yet, y'all should hurry up and start, y'all, because we're going to keep going. This train only stops one time. You do not want to miss it, y'all. So hop on board, get disciplined, get your computer, and let's do some LeetCode, y'all. But before we get started today, don't forget, bring a mouse right over here and click that subscribe button for me, y'all. And then after you click that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button for me, y'all. And then after you smash that like button, I'm calling all of my bankers. I repeat, all of my bankers to the comment section right now. I need y'all to drop 2 bank emojis in the comment section so we can run up this engagement and we can push this content out to a broader audience. As Swift community members, it's up to us to help the Swift community to grow, and one way we can do that is to share this content out with as many people as we can find that will watch it, y'all. So your support is appreciated when it comes to that. Now, with all that being said, y'all, let's get started. And today we have question number 55, jump game. The difficulty level is medium, but don't worry, we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well, because we're all here to learn. And if you don't understand the solution by the end of this video, then you probably didn't learn anything, and that is not what we want, y'all. So the first part of understanding the solution is we have to understand the question or the problem that's being presented or asked. So let's see what it says. It says you are given an integer array nums. You are initially positioned at the array's first index, and each element in the array represents your maximum jump length at that position. Return true if you can reach the last index, or false otherwise. So let's break that down. Example 1, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 2, 3, 1, 1, 4. So the output is true. The explanation says jump 1 step from index 0 to 1, then jump 3 steps to the last index. So let's see how they did that, right? So we're starting at the array's first index, right? So we're going to start at 2. So 2, it says, remember, it says the maximum jump length. So we don't have to jump 2. We can only jump 1. It's just we can't jump more than 2, right? So if we jump 1, we take 1 step. Now we're at 3. Boom. Now we could take 3 steps, because the value of the index 1 is 3, which means we have 3 steps to use, and we could use all those 3 steps to go 1, 2, 3, and end up at 4, which is the last position, which is why the output is true, right? Since we could reach the last index, which is 4. By just taking, we're not using the 2 steps here, we're just going to use 1 step. The maximum is 2, so we don't have to use the whole 2. We could just use 1. So we'll use 1 step from index 0 and go to index 1, right? Boom. Then this time we're going to use all 3 steps just so we can hurry up and get to the last index, which is 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now we're at 4, and that's why the output is true, y'all. So hope that made sense. Just remember, the tricky part where I feel like a lot of people will get confused is we don't have to use the whole 2 steps. We can use only 1 if need be, right? So that's how we got there. That's why the output is true. So let's look at example 2 where the output is false, and let's see why it's false, right? So in example 2, we have the input nums equals an array of integers 3, 2, 1, 0, and 4. The output is false. Explanation says you will always arrive at index 3 no matter what. Its maximum jump length is 0, which makes it impossible to reach the last index, right? So if we go here, right, if we're starting at the first index like it tells us to do, boom, we could use up to the maximum of 3 steps. So say we use 3 steps, boom, we get to right here, index 3, and that's 0. We can't go anymore because index 0 will not allow us to take any more steps. We have 0 steps, boom. So we could try and just take one step, right, and then we could end up at a 2. But if we take 2 steps from here, index 1, we go 1, 2, we still end up at 0. And once we end up 0, we have no more steps that we can use. Or we could start here, use 2 steps and start and go here and try to get over the hump, but it's not going to work because we're still going to end up at index, which one is this? 0, 1. We're still going to end up at index 3, which is 0, which the 0 is not going to give us any more steps, right? So it's impossible to get past this 0, which is why the output is false, right? Because remember, the maximum value is 3. So we can go 1, 2, 3. We cannot make it all the way to this 4th, which is the last index, which is why the output is false, because there's no way to get there. So I hope that made sense to you all. It's pretty self-explanatory, not that difficult, but I understand some people it's tough. Some of these LeetCode questions get really tough to understand. So I understand. But now that we understand the question, let's get into the actual code. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to declare a variable called DPP. We're going to have some dynamic programming going on here, y'all, so get excited about that. So we're going to declare a variable called DPP. We're going to set that equal to an array. Open up the parentheses. We're going to say repeating, colon, nums.count, comma, count, colon, nums.count. So this is going to create an array of repeating nums.count up to nums.count, whatever that may be, right? Then we're going to come down here. We're going to say DPP, open up the square bracket 0, come outside the square bracket, say it's equal to 0. So DPP 0 equals 0, right? So then we're going to come down here and we are going to say for I in 0 through ... nums.count minus 1, open up the brackets. Then we're going to say for j in 0 ... nums, open up the square brackets I, come outside the square brackets, open up some more brackets. We're going to say if j plus I is less than nums.count, then what we are going to do is we're going to say DPP square brackets I plus j, come outside the square brackets, equals the minimum of DPP, open up the square brackets, j plus I, come outside of that, comma, DPP square brackets I, come outside the square brackets, plus 1. So then we're not done yet though. We're going to come down here and we're going to say return, open up the parentheses, DPP, open up the square brackets, nums.count minus 1, come outside, does not equal nums.count. So remember, this right here, exclamation point equal sign, is going to return a Boolean. It's going to return true or false, right? So if this does equal this, then it will return true. If it doesn't equal this, then it won't return true. Because if DPP nums.count minus 1 ends up being nums.count, that means we made it to the last index. And that's why we're going to use this right here, Boolean, to let us know if we made it to the last index or not. So let's run it. Make sure it runs how it's supposed to. Ooh, look at that. It's accepted. So let's go ahead and submit it. Y'all see what happens after we submit it. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay. Ooh, that we could get that up, but hey, don't worry about the time right now. We did 1,756 milliseconds, beats 7.78% of users with Swift, y'all. It's not bad, not too bad at all. Of course, there's faster ways we can do this, but I figured this would be a good, easy solution to understand. And I know a lot of people have been asking me to do some dynamic programming solutions, so I wanted to incorporate one into this video. we will get those numbers up as we continue down our LeetCode journey. Don't worry, we're all still learning, including me. So, yeah, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.